The moment I heard the crash, I knew someone had survived it against all odds. The shuttle's hull had splintered against the space station's outer dock, metal screaming as it tore through the void. And yet, there she was, sitting in the wreckage like she belonged there. Her skin shimmered faintly, like liquid silver under the harsh floodlights of the docking bay. Her limbs folded awkwardly, as if she was afraid they might betray her. "I'm broken," she whispered. Not a question. Not a plea. A statement. But I didn't believe her. "My name is Elias Mercer, human mechanic. I fix things. I make broken machines work again. Ships. Robots. Sometimes by stubborn miracle people too." And there was something in the way she tilted her head, her eyes reflecting the station's neon chaos, that screamed, not broken. Misunderstood, yes. But broken? No. I crouched beside her, the hiss of pressurized air filling the silence between us. "No," I said. "You're not broken. You just need someone who understands you." She blinked. Not surprise. Not skepticism. Just a quiet, almost alien calculation. And then she let me help her up. But that was only the beginning. The station was a tangle of chrome corridors and humming conduits. Every floor thrummed with the pulse of alien activity. Beings of all shapes and densities moving like a symphony I was only partly allowed to hear. She didn't speak my language, not really. But her gestures, her halting, careful movements, suggested more than any words could. "Where did you come from?" I asked her finally as we ducked beneath the docking clamps. Her body stilled, and for the first time, I saw fear flicker behind those liquid silver eyes. She pointed toward the hangar, where a shadow moved just beyond the lights, a figure taller than any human, angular and impossibly precise. The alien queen of the station, maybe. Or a guardian. None of us were prepared for the truth. "You're hiding from them," I said. She nodded once, sharply. Then, without warning, she darted down the corridor, and I chased her, my boots clanging against steel. What I saw next changed everything. A security drone hovered ahead, its sensors flaring red. She stopped, lifted her hand, and in a shimmer of pure energy, the drone froze midair, circuits sparking as if it had just seen a ghost. My jaw dropped. This was no ordinary survivor. This was something else, something the station wasn't ready for. I grabbed her arm. "I told you, you're not broken." Her eyes glinted with a mixture of gratitude and sorrow. Then she whispered again. They made me this way. I'm dangerous." I shook my head. "Dangerous doesn't mean broken." She hesitated just for a heartbeat, before letting me lead her deeper into the labyrinth of the station. But danger had a way of following us. We found a maintenance bay, deserted except for the lingering smell of burnt circuits. I set her down gently on a work table. The lights flickered as she examined herself, metallic panels along her spine sliding open like petals. Sparks danced along her frame. I had seen damaged drones, old androids, but never like this. Her design was impossibly advanced, almost organic. "Let me see," I said softly. She flinched, expecting a lecture, a condemnation, or worse. But instead I started repairing. Not fixing her into something she wasn't, but restoring what she had been. A delicate touch, careful wiring, quiet murmurs to her body that felt alive under my hands. A question lingered in my mind. Who had done this to her, and why? Minutes stretched into hours. Every time I thought we were safe, alarms would wail, and shadows would move in the periphery. The station's inhabitants whispered about anomalies, rogue tech, and a girl who shouldn't exist. But she existed. And I refused to believe she was anything less than whole. Then the first real test came. We reached the docking bay again, and the shadow that had followed us emerged fully. Tall, angular, its face a mask of geometry and cold light. "Return her," it said, voice reverberating inside the bay like a metallic earthquake. "She is classified. She is dangerous. She's not broken," I snapped. "And she's not your property." The being paused, scanning me, scanning her. For a terrifying second it seemed unsure. Then it lunged. What followed was chaos, a ballet of speed and precision I could barely follow. She moved beside me, not out of fear but in calculated grace, dismantling drones, redirecting energy fields, and guiding me through the danger. Each maneuver, each choice revealed something about her. Not a victim, but a strategist, a survivor, someone the universe had underestimated. None of us were prepared for the truth. By the time we reached the top of the station's observation deck, the alien entity had halted, scanning the space below. A fleet of small patrol crafts orbited the station, ready to enforce its claim. I realized then the real stakes. She wasn't just a survivor, she was a key, a weapon, or maybe a conscience that the aliens had tried to erase. What are they going to do to you? I asked quietly. They will contain me, rewrite me, make me like them, she said, voice trembling. Her panels glimmered, an almost imperceptible pulse. I hesitated, weighing our options. Then, with the quiet certainty that comes from fixing things that others say are beyond repair, I said, not if I can help it. We improvised a plan, using the station's gravity lifts and maintenance shafts. I guided her through hidden pathways while she disrupted sensors, a perfect team of human instinct and alien precision. We weren't just surviving, we were outsmarting a civilization that had written her off. Halfway through she stopped. Panels across her back extended, revealing a small, intricate device. Her silver eyes met mine. It's a core, she said. If they take it, I won't exist. Or worse, I will be their weapon. I studied it. A tiny lattice of energy and memory. Then we protect it. Together. And that's when the station shifted. Alarms erupted, and the entire upper deck became a war zone. Drones, guards, even other alien species converged. We were outnumbered, outgunned, and yet we pressed forward. What I saw next changed everything. In a sudden, impossible moment, she looked at me and extended her hand. Trust me, she said. And with that, she let the core pulse through her body, glowing like a living star. Energy radiated outward, a shield that forced every pursuer to halt, a light that seemed to bend reality itself. I realized then the ultimate truth. She wasn't broken. She had been designed to be beyond what anyone could imagine, and no one, not even her creators, had predicted the one thing that made her complete. A human who saw her differently. We reached the final bay, where an escape shuttle waited. The alien enforcer blocked our path one last time, but she didn't hesitate. Panels retracted, energy surged, and in one fluid motion she neutralized him. Not with violence, but with a precision that left him unconscious yet unharmed. The shuttle door hissed open. I helped her inside. She looked at me then fully, her eyes reflecting both the stars outside and a nascent trust within. You saved me, she said, almost a question. No, I replied. You saved yourself. I just helped you remember how. The engines roared to life. The station, a glittering citadel of alien ambition, shrank behind us. And for the first time she relaxed, not because she was safe but because she knew she could be whole. I glanced at her as the shuttle cut through the void. Do you believe it now? I asked softly. She smiled, the first human-like gesture I'd seen, fragile and beautiful. I think I might be broken, she said, and then paused. But maybe that's okay. I laughed softly, a sound almost alien to the empty cabin. Broken things can still fly. And as the stars stretched into streaks of silver and blue, I knew one immutable truth. The universe had underestimated her, underestimated us. But together we were more than anyone had expected. I leaned back in my seat, watching her adjust the core that had once marked her as lost. You're not broken, I said again. You've just been waiting for someone who believed in the impossible. She met my gaze, her silver eyes now warm, alive, and determined. Then I will keep flying, she said. And for the first time I allowed myself to believe that the impossible could be fixed. Not by design, not by rules, but by trust, persistence, and the stubborn resilience of the human heart. The stars outside the viewport stretched endlessly, and we moved forward, two beings from different worlds, not broken but whole together. And I knew without a doubt that this was only the beginning.